in his dealings with the academy management. He demonstrated that through actions that speak louder than words. He would not allow the student movement to be co-opted with first by Ati Breitendag and others. He therefore demanded that no one accepts the tea and cookies, no matter how hungry, offered in the meetings with management to symbolize the fact that they could not and he could not be bought. His genius was in his ability to analyze a historical moment and develop an appropriate response. He epitomized firm leadership, but in spite of his firmness, he was also a figure of unity and integration around whom a lot of the student resistance at the academy coalesced. He was able to transcend the barriers of ethnicity, tribalism, race, age, and gender to bring about the unity needed in the student movement to resist colonial oppression. I personally met Shixwameni in 1988, where I was a more mature student and a young mother who decided to study economics and registered for courses in economics and sociology, and Shixwameni was my classmate. Because I had two small children, I popped into lectures and returned home immediately to be with my kids. I had no connection with student politics. One day, when I pitched up for classes, I found a group of protesting students who had blocked access to the lecture halls with a picket. I asked a lanky young man what was happening and he responded rather rashly. Don't pretend you don't know what was happening, he responded. I thought about it, but I still went on and I said, anyway, can you still explain to me what is happening? And then he explained that the boycott of classes and the picket was to get rid of Afrikaans in the lectures because it symbolized exclusion and colonial power. I immediately joined the boycott and the picket, and this was the beginning of a comradeship and a friendship and a relationship of mutual respect. After we succeeded in the struggle against Afrikaans, student uprisings occurred across the country under the banner of NAMSA. In March 1988, more than 700 students from the Fornofi secondary schools in the north of Namibia embarked on a class boycott to demand the removal of the South African Defence Force of military bases in northern Namibia. In May, students also joined in a march to commemorate Kasinga Day, or the Kasinga Massacre. There were also struggles against the cadet system introduced in the schools. It was a time of great political upheaval led by students. It was also a time of extreme excitement and tragedy, as many were beaten, arrested, tortured, and killed. The academy students joined the political campaign to demand demilitarization of northern Namibia and the withdrawal of military bases from Namibia. Once again, Ignatius led the campaign together with Lambata, Ulenga, and Hon.Ignatius and others. He was charismatic and able to draw diverse people into the struggle, whereas previously in the case of the boycott against Afrikaans, there were clear racial divides. Most of those then classified as colored, Basta, and white were angry that they could not attend classes. But by now, they had joined the struggle. And many of these diverse people somehow felt some connection to Shixwameni and the magnetic force of his convictions, his intellect, and his charisma. And so it happened that members of a diverse group of students urgently unit went to police prison, we were singing Sema Ulibeli. And as we did so, the policemen taunted us with comments like, "Where is Sema now? When we are done with you, you will not be singing for Sema, but rather singing Kumbaya, my Lord." Okay, and the men, okay, I think we understand, Rachel, we can sing later. The men and women were separated, and the men were taken to CI's prison, where Ignatius was separated from the others and held in solitary confinement. He and the other male detainees also started a hunger strike to demand that we are either charged or released. On the streets, demonstrations against our arrest continued. Even the Catholic nuns joined in. And one image that stands in my mind and has never left me is the image of Maureen standing in front of the Catholic, facing the water cannon. And that image was the image of bravery that really embodied the time or the zeitgeist. We were eventually charged, and we had a trial within a trial for our bail application, and the state, in the person of prosecutor Richard Metcalf, opposed bail. It was a sham trial meant to intimidate and deter others. But once again, Shixwameni showed his mettle. Under vigorous cross-examination, he demonstrated his superior logic, intellect, and fearlessness. Besides being a student, Shixwameni was also deeply involved in student politics and the organizational structures of NANSO. He was also involved in building the Worker-Student Alliance with the NUNW, as well as building SWAPO branch structures. He later approached me and others to revive the SWAPO branch in Commerstown where I was living. He brought other NANSO activists to our house to plan a strategy to do so. Together with John Statler, Milton Lowe, and others, we did door-to-door visitations to old SWAPO members who had become inactive. Together with the late Dr. Neville Kibido, we managed to recruit new members. And when the massacre of Clan combatants occurred on the 1st of April 1989, Shixwameni was there to assist us in organizing the solidarity meeting in support of the Clan fighters. Once again, in a racially divided society, we brought diverse groups of people together. Towards the end of 88 and towards the end of his studies, Shixwameni sacrificed his education to boycott exams in solidarity with scores of students who were arrested, displaced, and forced underground, and who could not continue their education. For him, no sacrifice was too great in the service of his country. He was therefore a true patriot. And as we ponder the question of our history or remember him, we must acknowledge his selflessness. He not only sacrificed his liberty, education, and private life in the service of his country, he also sacrificed a promising career as deputy minister in the post-independent government. And not his stomach. It led into a particular course of action, and because he felt that the emancipatory vision he had for Namibia was not being fulfilled, he left Swapo and he joined other political formations. This, however, does not change or in any way diminish his contribution to Namibia's liberation struggle, nor does it in any way diminish his place in Namibia's history. The best honor we can pay him is to come together as Namibians and rise beyond partisan interests to fulfill his vision and to complete the social, political, and economic emancipatory project he dreamed of. This we can do beyond party politics, narrow personal and factional interests, which in my view seem to impede exactly that task. To honor him, we are challenged to display the same political maturity he did at a very young age and to cast aside the counterproductive divisions, but to unite around a transformative agenda. Someone once said, great men and women don't make history. History finds great men. At a particular historical juncture, Namibia needed a great person and a great leader who could navigate us through a bitter internal struggle and through very choppy water, and history found Ignatius. With fearless courage and self-sacrifice, he accepted this challenge. He paid a high price for his conscience, and his family suffered for the sacrifices he made. By all accounts, he was a hero, and then we demand that he be afforded his rightful place. For someone who sacrificed so much, anything short of declaring him a hero will be a grave injustice to him, his legacy, and his generation, and their sacrifice. So let us honor him with dignity and leave aside the petty issues that seem to divide. Long live the memory of Comrade Ignatius Shixwameni.